Welcome back. We have a special guest joining us in the News 2 studio this morning. Reverend Jesse Jackson's joining Brad and I. Good morning, Reverend Jackson.
Oh, good night. It's so dark.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, and Reverend Jackson, first of all, we want to convey our condolences on the passing of your mother.
She was a great woman.
Yeah, our condolences to you.
Thank you.
Now, right now, you have a push to get 100,000 people registered to vote.
Those often who need to vote the most, vote the least. In this state, there are 1 million poor people, Medicaid eligible. 250,000 have no health insurance. The state resists accepting $12 billion from the federal government, and in fact only has a $7 billion budget that does not stand to reason. Women cannot get pap tests and mammogram tests, and men cannot get prostate exams. They cannot get pre-examinations. In the rural areas, they cannot get access because they're poor or don't have transportation. So voting is the weapon that's needed to, in fact, break the ice.
Photo ID law an obstacle for you in this?
It's an obstacle, but even we must overcome that obstacle. At this point, every high school senior can register and vote. Vote for what? Vote for more scholarships. The college students can vote for what? Lower tuition. The workers can vote for better wages. The sick can vote for Medicaid. And the hospital associations. So we have a hashtag RPC 100,000, the number 100,000, as we try to stimulate people to, in fact, turn out. Last time around, for example, Governor Haley won by 60,000 votes. There are 400,000 blacks alone registered who didn't vote. Another 300,000 unregistered. So if we use the vote as a lever, we can build massive coalitions of conscience and make things. And we'll put a lot of focus on affordable health care, affordable education, corporate justice, and easy access to voting.
Colleges are your target in these this push?
Early on, we've been to Claflin and to Manning, to Morris and Sumter. Last night, the College of Charleston, Benedict last week. So they are the focus. But high school seniors who want to do something meaningful. I said to a group of youth at Ferguson after Michael Brown was killed, let's register and vote. One year said, I'm not into voting. I said, would you like to be on the jury when this killer comes to trial? He said, yes. I said, only those who are registered can serve on juries. So we must educate people in the process. And again, I repeat, often those who need it the most vote the least. 1 million people. Our state is doing too well, prospering too much to have so many people poor. Unnecessary. So we don't want more federal money involved in our affairs. The ports at Jasper and Charleston, that's federal. Hospitals, that's federal. The highways, federal. The tourism is federal. And so we live in this is our nation, and we should not turn back $12 billion of Medicaid money for people, because it means that people whose lives are in the balance can be extended.
And Reverend Jesse Jackson, you're opening 3 offices, and one in Charleston, one in Columbia, and one in Greenville?
Charleston, Columbia, and Greenville. And James Felder, former state rep, will be directing our efforts here in South Carolina. But there may be other places, because people across the state, Reverend Rav Canty in Sumter, for example, and other ministers, Reverend Jackson in Columbia, they want us to get outlets where they live. So we intend to blanket. When the politicians leave Iowa and leave New Hampshire and come to South Carolina, we want to be ready for them, not waiting for them to bring us an agenda, but have an agenda for them. Affordable health care, affordable education, corporate justice, easy access to voting, and the prison industrial complex for profit.
Reverend Jackson, before we let you go, I have to put you on the spot. Ready to endorse anyone for president?
Oh, no, it's premature. There'll be a big shakeout in South Carolina. At this point, the issue is what we're voting for, not who. Whoever gets our vote should have a strong position on affordable health care and affordable education and corporate justice. Look at what happened at VW, for example, the suit filed against workers by workers in BMW. So we need, as new companies come south, they must come with a sense of worker and consumer sensitivity.
Okay.
And at some point in time, we'll endorse someone, but it's much too early.
Okay.
You on the spot, not me.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson.
Stay with us. Much more coverage of the breaking news, the tornado out on Johns Island when we